like, yeah, I want that kind of challenge. I want that drill sergeant in my face, you know, screaming and doing that and saying that funny shit. Right. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to hold it in. I know that.
To your surprise.
That's to my surprise. I was like, man, it was nothing like it. I remember I was telling my chief, I'm like, hey, chief, you know, it's career development board, you know. He's like, I'm not sending that shit. I'm like, what? He's like, if I come to that board, I'm gonna tell the truth. Sure enough, we did the board, and I'm just got my fingers crossed, like, man, I hope this dude don't come in here and nuke me. And that dude stood there and said, hey, he'll make a great inmate. Even when 9/11 hit on us, I did not feel like, oh damn, when that happened, my feeling was, oh hell no, I want revenge. Yeah. And here we are surrounded by the Arabs.
Welcome to another episode of the Addies Podcast, where we show love to those that serve and those that are continuing to serve. Our special guest today is Lieutenant Commander David Cross, a SECO in the military, in the Navy, coming from Harvey, Illinois, Southside Chicago. Southside. You know, that's big ups to y'all, man. Big ups to y'all.
Sure.
Chicago Bulls fan?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right, let's check it. Okay, question. Let's check what the dude might have been a Pistons fan. Who knows? I don't know.
Well, I grew up in the 90s.
Oh, okay. So you seen championships?
Oh, yeah.
You seen championships?
Oh, yeah. I seen 6 of them.
Okay, well, I'm just making sure.
Sure.
It's not a big debate, but he's a Jordan, like, love Jordan. Well, who does?
As he should. Yeah, absolutely.
But I do too.
Absolutely.
Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. But anyway.
See how he takes them shots, but it's fine. That's another conversation for another day. We talk about like certain like favorite things that we experienced throughout our military career. What was one of your favorite ranks to achieve in the Navy?
Without even trying to think about it, by far, Chief 100%. That again, that's what I wanted to be from the minute I entered boot camp. When I went into boot camp, I ain't know none of the Navy ranks. I didn't know what the Navy was. All right, and I guess we'll get to that part when we talk about how I joined and everything. But I will tell a pretty cool story when it comes to that. Came into boot camp, we had 2 first classes, 1 second class. That was our RDCs. Immediately, I became one of the ringleaders of stirring up shit in boot camp. Our division was sinking bad. You know, the prisoners was running the asylum, right? So
2 second classes in hindsight, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So I never forget we did the swim trial. Remember, we had to go and do the swim and you know, get your second class swim and all that crap, third class, whatever it was. And I was having a hard time treading water in the pool. And one of the second classes, one of the RDCs said something to me about that. Yeah, that's a muscle, but you can't swim. And I just my natural reaction, man. Anybody challenges me, and I'm like, well, bet you we were to wrestle, I'll fold you up, you know. You can probably swim better than me, but you know,
but we lock up.
Lock up. It's like, and he's like, oh, you threatening me? And I'm like, oh damn, what did I just do?
Right.
And so we finished that. I got out the pool. I get back to my ship. I don't know what they call them now, but still ships. Okay. Get back there, and it was this chief that was there. And I was standing at the quarterdeck, and he's like, Seaman Recruit Cross. And I looked at that brother, I'm like, oh, holy damn, big brother. Swole out of this world, obviously a chief. Like, I heard you around here threatening RDCs. Got all up in my career, and I'm like, So I'm like, oh, no, just joking. We don't play around like that. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, good. And it sent me back to my division. I went on. 2 weeks later, that dude became our RDC. They took out one of the first classes because our division was out of control, and they put him in place, Chief Yam. And I'm like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Really? This is what we doing? So and that dude became my chief, and immediately I'm like, once he came in there and he put his foot down, and it was like everybody locked on, and like, okay, it's going, and I'm like, yeah, I want to be like that guy.
Like that guy.
I want to represent that way.
Okay.
And,
So have there been anyone in your childhood, your upbringing, that you seen like that say, hey, this is who I, as a kid, we always envision like, when I grow up, I want to be this. I want to do this. I want to do that. But is somebody like that you have when you were younger?
On the positive side, absolutely. And that would have been my uncle. Retired gunnery sergeant, Marine Corps. He was in the Marine Corps at the time. Stationed in California, really. And then ultimately went on to Japan. But that was a guy. That was a positive example growing up. And I'm like, I love to follow in his footsteps.
Okay.
And, just good shout out to him because he ended up, again, retiring a gunny, one of the best ranks in the Marine Corps, and ended up getting his doctorate and becoming our high school, the family high school. All my people graduated from this high school on my father's side. Ended up becoming a principal there. And taking over and then working for the district. So, but at that time he was still in the Marine Corps, and it was like, that was the best example growing up. Because everything outside of that was completely different.
So and we all hear the stories. Obviously, we know Chicago. Me being stationed in Great Lakes back in the day, and going to Chicago. This is the city. Sometimes the South Side. And you hear the stories. Like, you wanted to see where Good Times was really filmed at. Like, you wanted to see that. Like, it was a big deal. But how was it for you growing up in the 90s? Then making the decision to say, well, what am I going to do afterwards? But how was it growing up?
It's pretty much exactly what you've heard, but it was the norm for us, right? So again, I mentioned my uncle. He wasn't really present because he was on the other coast. But there was not too many examples there. Everybody was pretty much my old neighborhood. It was, hey, you was either in the gang, you was selling. That's what it was. All right, it was the norm. It was the life. So it never seemed any different for me until I left. But again, with my brothers was involved, cousins, you name it. But me being the youngest, my brothers kept me out of it. Okay? They didn't want me to get involved with it. They wanted me to have a shot of getting out of the hood and representing them. I think even to this day, kind of live, my brother now, lives vicariously through me in that way. I don't know if y'all remember the movie Sugar Hill. But Wesley started, Mellow. And when his brother told him, he's like, I'm so getting used to having my better half around. That's real. He looked at his brother as his better half, and that's what. And I get that sense also. That's kind of how it was for me. And the way my brothers looked at me, like, so they ensured that I would stay on the straight and narrow. But for the most part, that's what it was. You were repping, and that's when a lot of people don't understand. Like, you never leave your neighborhood. I'm telling you,
that's the truth.
It stays with you, man.
That's the truth.
And I never left that part, and I never seen anything outside of my neighborhood when it came down there, because you didn't venture into other areas.
I got you.
That can end up bad, right? You stay in your part of town because you venture in those other areas. You might not make it back.
And even with that, what you were saying, like, I can pretty much, see and understand, like, your accomplishments. Your brother share them too, equally.
Yes, so absolutely.
It's just like, at the end of the day, that gives you that extra motivation, because it's just like, I'm doing this for both of us. You know what I mean?
100%.
That's a good thing.
But my brother right now, there's no bigger cheerleader for me. Absolutely loves the accomplishment. The first call, for every promotion or whatever. I want to be here for everything. Loves to brag about his little brother. Represent.
That's
100%.
That's good, man. That's real good.
So just growing up down there, was he one of the reasons why, or did he push you to join, or was it more so your uncle?
No, that was completely I would say accidental in a sense, because
we get a lot of stories about how people join.
Yeah. So for mine, I was actually in college first, and I went to college on a special program for underprivileged kids, where they, you know, you go downtown, and I didn't even know this place exists, and it was actually my uncle's friend that took me there, who I also owe a lot of credit to, Steve Reddick. He had came in town, and I was, you know, still wrapped up in the mentality of, hey man, you know, there's nothing for me. I'm fucking up in high school and never did nothing. Was just chasing girls, partying all the time. So even though I wasn't too involved in the gang life, that was my love. You know, I was chasing the, you know, going
still in the streets.
Yeah, I'm in the streets, right? Still. So falling off, and I'm just thinking like, man, there's no hope. That's what I'm hearing all the time. There's no hope for us, man. We hood. You know, nobody cares about us, right? And the system's set up to keep me down, whatever. And he came in town to visit my grandma. I'm at my grandmother's house, and he like, hey man, I'm 16. He's like, what you got planned for at the high school? And I'm like, man, I barely even go to high school. I don't know, man. You know, I was like, honestly, I have no idea. He's like, you 16 and you have no direction or what's next. And that's the first time it truly dawned on me. And I'm like, yeah, what the hell am I going to be doing when I'm 20? And I said, well, kind of suck at school, you know, teachers hate me, this and that, you know how it is for black men, want to keep us down. And he's like, if you get your diploma, I'll get you in college. It's like that ain't nowhere in hell. Nobody goes to college from here. What are you talking about? And he's like, you get your diploma and I'll get you in college. No excuses. Just do it. Get it done and get you in college. And I'm like, oh, well, hell. BS you not, that's the first time I ever truly heard someone say, put the onus on me. Like, no. Stop with the excuses, bro. Okay. There's opportunities for you.
Really being challenged.
It's really being challenged in that way. You just need to do your part. And there's opportunity there for you. And I'm like, okay. And I did it. And sure enough, he took me 10 blocks away. 8S McKinley, right there on 39th in Lake Park, South Side. And sure enough, there's an establishment where these guys, a bunch of brothers there, and they will do all your applications, your financial aid applications, whole 9 yards. And I had to do nothing but sign stuff. And take it to my mother to sign for her portion of it. She didn't make any money, single mother, so it was easy for me to get financial aid. And sure enough, I had accepted into 5 colleges, and they were like, hey, pick one. And I'm like, you know what? I just want to get the hell up out of here. So let me try that Alabama part. So I went to college in Alabama. And during that time, I'll never forget, I wasn't going to even come back. I was about to go on the Thanksgiving break. And everybody's like, hey, you going to stay around campus or you going back home? Because there's a lot of brothers from California there. I mean, I'm not California, I'm sorry, Chicago there. And someone's like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to stay on campus. I didn't want to go back. I was like, I'm good. I kind of got used to it. And that's when I got the call that my oldest brother was shot and killed. So I'm like, that broke me down, obviously, right? So went home, ended up catching a ride, going back home, try to figure this thing out of what the hell. And long story short on that, because that was a whole emotional roller coaster, because I didn't end up going back after that. I ended up just transferring to community college there and working 2 jobs at the time. I was working at the post office and UPS. And because my mother she's out of it, right? Completely broken down. As a matter of fact, she hadn't been the same since.
That was her oldest.
Yes, that was my oldest. Yes, that was the oldest. Absolutely. He was the protector.
Out of what? How many?
3 of us.
3
boys.
3 boys.
Yep, 3 boys. Yeah.
Wow.
So once that happened, it was like, okay, I got to step up. So I'm working these 2 jobs. My other brother's still doing his thing, but we both was contributing. So we're stepping up, and I'm like, man, this shit is burning me out. I need something better. I need to expand this because mom needs more. And at the newspaper, that was back then when we were still getting newspaper. And I'll never forget seeing an ad in there. It says, electricians needed. We'll pay you $5,000 bonus and send you to school. And I'm like, oh, damn. All right. It's too good to be true. Electrician. So I called the number. It said, world's greatest Navy. I'm like, whoa, what the hell? I think I got the wrong number. He's like, oh, no. You seen the ad in the paper? I'm like, yeah. But it was saying for electricians and this and that, bonus. And he's like, yeah, that's us. Right. It's like, why don't you come down and let me talk to you? I'm like, oh, hell no, man. I wasn't thinking about no damn military. But I'm like, all right, man, I'll come talk to you. And went down there, and he sold it. Like, hey, man, you go to college for free. You know, you being from Illinois. 92nd in commercial. That's where that for anybody listening that's from the shot. And once he sold it, and I took the pretest, passed it, it was like, all right, we're going to take you down to MEPS and figure your thing out. Went to MEPS, did it, passed the actual ASVAB. It's like, all right, when you want to leave? And I said, the earliest I possibly can. It's like, we got delayed entry program. I'm like, I ain't hanging around here, bro. I want to get started. I want to go. Yeah, I got to go. So you're like, all right, we got, bus leaving tomorrow. I'm going up to the hotel. So I left a week left. Yeah, actually ended up being a week, but he told me tomorrow because we had to go to the hotel. Yeah, I ended up leaving the next week. So went there, and that's how I ultimately joined.
You came in at MA?
Oh no, I was undesignated.
You undesignated?
Yeah, I was undesignated at the time. Keep in mind that at that time you had to be a third class to be an MA. So
okay.
I knew that's what I wanted to do though. I was like, that's more fitting for me. So I was undesignated fireman. Okay. And when I came in, that's right. It didn't take me long to figure out that I was
not. But they talking about electrician. So
I was into that stuff, right? So I was like, but it didn't take me long to figure out that I was not mechanically inclined. You want to talk about, man. You want to talk. And then not only that, the situation I was in, they threw me in Maine 2 on the Carter Hall. And it was, 8 country white dudes there. And I never, I ain't never been around white guys. Like, I know it. That's the first time I seen dip for the first time in my life. Dudes in there dipping, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And spitting in that bottle. What the fuck is going on here? It could not have been a more opposite as far as personality wise. Yeah.
So now people may say like, "Hey, baby, you went to college in Alabama." You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Miles College. It was Miles College. So it's a historical black college. No. Oh, now we spent some time in Tuscaloosa on those campuses.
Just so people understand. Miles College and your Auburn universities and your Alabama.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I went to a historically black college. In Miles College, Fairfield, Birmingham, Alabama.
You might see him out in town around the city.
Oh yeah,
but
we went to their campuses
up close and personal.
Absolutely,
you don't see that.
Yeah, not like back in the Navy where you like sharing space. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was different. Going, being in engineering, and now having to adapt to this, new culture in a sense.
Right.
And I wasn't exactly ready. Thank goodness. The Navy was the way it was then compared to now. Because if I was the way I was now, if I came in at this point in my career, the way I was I barely could speak English, man. And everything was a fight. That's what I knew. Like, anybody challenging me, like these cats in my face. You ain't do this. Get your ass in the bilge. I'm like, huh? What? And, we gonna have to fight now. Yeah. And that's what it was.
That's just your environment.
Yeah. That's what I was used to. Anybody got up in your grill, I'm sorry, brother, but this is how we gonna have to settle this.
Oh, absolutely.
So how was it for you, like being from Chicago, did a little stint in Alabama, and going to boot camp? Those first 24, 48 hours. How was that for you?
So, boot camp, immediately as soon as I got off the bus to boot camp, I seen somebody getting chewed out in the P-way. And I started laughing like, damn, you getting the business. And I already seen that and made me put my nose against the damn wall. I'm like, damn, I just got here. It was like, yeah, I would say this. I was expecting. I came up, Full Metal Jacket was one of my favorite movies. I'm like, yeah, I want that kind of challenge. I want that drill sergeant in my face, screaming and doing that and saying that funny shit. Right. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to hold it in. I know that.
To your surprise,
to my surprise, I'm like, man, it was nothing like it. To me, it was more like, man, this isn't that hard at all, man. This is easy. I was expecting more of a challenge, especially the physical part. So. I would say the Force 48. We went through the P days, and you had to get the shots and getting your hair shaved and all that crap. And I want to say we did the PT test the next day because they had to figure out who was fit enough to stay in. And they put them in the division. So that was a part I was worried about because I had never been timed run at all. You know. But that was one of the things. Everything we did was outside. It was fully active, constantly. We always played football outside, whatever the hell it would be. So I ended up knocking the run out. It was easy. Everything physical was easy, but getting in there and now that environment, I think the part I struggled with the most was the full 30 damn wake ups. That was probably the biggest adjustment because we never did that. Right.
That's a new one. I haven't heard that one yet.
Oh yeah,
getting adjusted to the early morning wake up.
Those early days. I'm coming up and rattling them damn trash cans and popping towels and standing in front of your rack. Yeah, that shit used to drive me crazy. I hated that.
Right.
Everything else though. I really didn't. It didn't impact me in any kind of way, other than kind of being told for the first time, like you got good quality leadership quality, and that was Chief Gamble that told me that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So because I used to do little things, people struggle with what they push-ups, sit-ups, whatever it was.
Right.
And I would, at the taps. I'd be like, hey, meet me in the back of the racks. We gonna knock these reps out, and we just gonna do 25 at a time, but we're gonna equal up to 100. So I was helping guys my sleep time better themselves, and these cats was passing.
That's good.
So I don't know. I never said a damn thing, but the word got out about that, and they actually. Remember, we would get you can get an advancement. So I was meritorious advanced to the E2 after that. And I'm like,
oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, because some of those things. And same thing with the tests that we had to take, was helping cats with that. So boot camp experience for me was, it was an awakening that way, but it was not the challenge I thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once I say you kind of came in the Navy, a mentor.
Yeah, and didn't know it. Like I didn't see myself as that. I just saw myself as helping.
Right.
Cat is struggling and you need help. And, I'm gonna help you.
You're gonna help your mom.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Especially
that was drilled in from somewhere growing up. And it could have been just a family member or someone that you've seen. Like, man, somebody else always looked out. So because sometimes we receive that trait from other people.
Indeed. Coming up the way we were. Everybody in my neighborhood, that's what we are. Those are my peoples. That's what we call it, right? That's we would interlinked in that way. Mm-hmm. So, man, if a brother needed you and you wasn't there, you didn't help. Oh, you gonna feel that. You gonna feel that, and very much frowned upon that if you didn't step up and help out. So I would definitely say that was something that was embedded in me coming out.
There you go. Mm-hmm. So you left boot camp. What's your first command? Undesignated fireman. What command was that again?
Carter Hall, USS Carter Hall.
USS Carter Hall.
Yeah, LSD 50.
How was that first tour? Your very first tour. What was it out of? Was it out of Virginia?
Yeah. Right out of Virginia Beach, Little Creek Base. It's ironic because now that's why I'm in the SECO at. Mm-hmm. When I got there, I met the ship on deployment. It was on a Unitas. So that was a good introduction to the Navy.
Right.
And I called the ship, and they flew us out to Cape Town, South Africa.
Okay.
Wow.
And I'm like, whoa, I'm on African soil.
Yeah, right.
And we hit a couple of other countries in West Africa as well. We went from Cape Town to Namibia and to Nigeria, then to Ghana, and then to the Ivory Coast.
Wow, that's a good introduction. That's a great introduction to your first deployment.
I will share this, that probably unique for the audience, but like to this day, I don't call myself African American. I call myself Black American, right? I say I'm Black, but there's a reason for that. Because during that tour, that once we went to Namibia, I remember that the African people, they were great hosts, right? They loved the fact that we were there. They wanted to show you everything and show and, really get you out in town. So they had a program set up where, you have these hosts that just take you and give you tours. And so I'm in there, we on the tour, and I kept calling this dude, brother, hey, brother, how's it going, brother? How's it, bro? And he just mid-tour, he stopped me. He's like, hey, why you keep calling me brother? And I'm like, well, African American. I'm an African American. You're an African. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, man. You're not African. No, you're not an African. You're an American. I'm like, okay. I don't want an international incident around here, man. Because this brother was hot. He went from 1 to 10 like that, and I'm like, hey, got it. Can I say Black? Yeah, I'm Black American. He's like, yeah, you Black, but you're not an African. And I'm like, oh, okay. Right. I'm not African. And I was really like taken back by that, because I'm like, hold on, I thought this was, culturally understood across the world. It's like, no, it is
like,
not.
You never lived here.
Yeah, you never lived here. Yeah, your ancestors maybe, but you do not come from here.
Right.
And so I was still curious about that. So every other stop, or every other person I introduced them, said, well, how do Africans feel about Black Americans that come over here and call themselves African Americans? And to a man, every last one of them said, no, we don't look at y'all as Africans. I said, okay. Saying you're African, you got to be from Africa. I'm confident. That's it.
So history lessons.
Firsthand on the continent. And that stayed everywhere else I went in the Middle East, where Africans were migrated to or worked. Same thing. I'm telling you the same thing. So, and when I came back, it was like, I'm not doing that again. All right, I'm going to respect that. And if you look at it, it makes sense. Yeah.
All right. So that's your first deployment. First deployment. Out the way. So how do you say, well, I can't be down here in this pit no more? Okay. I want to be.
So that's good.
I want to be walking around.
Again,
making sure people piss right.
Again, it did not take me long to figure out I was not mechanically inclined. All right, those guys down there, those are some wrench turners. They knew their stuff, and it just did not register with me. I absolutely sucked at it. There was no. I sucked so bad at that I was up for the EN3 test. And that was, back in the day, you sign your name and you get third class.
Right.
But I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to be an engineman. This is not it. And my chief at the time, he's like, yes, this is
I agree.
I agree. So it's like,
right.
I'm like,
you ain't cut out for this.
This ain't you, man.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm like, all right, cool.
We see eye to eye.
Yeah, we definitely see eye to eye. But he told me, he said, but if you take that EN3 test, you got to do the rate for 2 years. That's how it was back then. I'm like, well, I ain't doing shit for another 2 years. That's not happening.
Right.
So he's like, well, what do you want to cross rate to? He took me to the NCC and he showed me everything I was eligible for, and MA was on there. At that time, it had just came open for seamen. They had finally converted to where they was going to start recruiting MAs as seamen. So I'm like, okay, cool. But I still had to do the whole package, because back in, that's what you were. You made third, and you had to do a whole package and get your PARs, do a career development board, and then you had to be accepted.
Right.
So I did the whole package on my own time. They wanted to make it clear. Nah, you got to work on that on your own time.
Real OJT.
So I had to go on a base and talked to the MAs and get my par signed, all that good stuff. Submitted my package and was accepted. And I was like, okay. And at that time, well, I got to tell this part because that's monumental in my career. The Career Development Board. Mm-hmm. I remember I was telling my chief, I'm like, hey, chief, it's Career Development Board, and he's like, I'm not sending that shit. I'm like, what? You're like, no, because that'd be like putting a gun in a freaking crook's hand. The only thing you want to do is fight and beat everybody out and threaten and this and that. And now we going to give you a gun. He's like, I'm not sitting on that. Wow. I'm like, come on, man. You got to be kidding me. He's like, if I come to that board, I'm going to tell the truth. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, he ain't lying. I mean, this is what they've been dealing with the whole time, right? And sure enough, we did the board, and I'm just got my fingers crossed, like, man, I hope this dude don't come in here and nuke me. And that dude stood there and said, hey, he'll make a great MA. Oh, man. He'll absolutely make a great MA.
Wow.
Said, sucks as an engineman, there's no way. But an MA, man. That dude's aggression and the way he carries himself, he's gonna be great. And I said, I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, at first relieved, but like this dude, I've been nothing but a pain in the ass to this dude this whole time, and yet he still looked out for me. I owe him.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
So and then afterwards I told him that, and he was like, "Oh, don't think that was for you. We just want to get you out of here. We want to make sure you get out of here."
Hey, we appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
I wanted to get your ass
on, man. Yeah. And they let me work for the MA on the ship all the way up until I went to school. So that was pretty cool. And I went to MA school right after that.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Yeah, share that, man, because those are. I took on that leadership style when I was coming up, and Chief Bishop, I think he's retired warrant officer as well. Great dudes, man, great dudes. And again, this is my first interaction with guys that were white guys, and I'm like, that it was an adjustment, and I'm glad I had the crew I had because they were patient with me.
That's good.
But they seen the potential.
That's good. That's good. So, MA, you made chief in 7 years. 7 years as an MA.
Yeah.
So you were locked in, obviously.
Yeah, so it didn't take me long, just like it didn't take me long to figure out I wasn't mechanically inclined and engineering wasn't for me.
Right.
Well, this MA thing, man, I went to A school and I'm legally inclined on endurance. I was knocking that out the park. Yeah. The cats, some of the fleet returnees in the class, they couldn't stand me, man, because I wouldn't even study. And I come in there and get a damn 98 on the test. And was pissed about the one damn question I missed. And them guys were struggling. And so me not knowing, still some immaturity there. I'm sitting up here bragging about my stuff, and these guys are barely cutting 80s and worrying about they gonna get dropped out of class. But it came naturally for me. It was just there. So once we graduated and went to Bahrain, that was my first duty station, and I got to Bahrain August 2001. We were just getting out of Charlie, going into Bravo. Everybody was like, great, because we're going to have a great schedule, 3223. And 9/11 hit. Yeah. And we went straight to Delta. Locked up.
Yeah. At this point, you probably 3 years in the Navy, because you came in 99.
So, just hit 3 years in the Navy. And here I am. So, just put on third class, and it was something. And I would tell you that was probably one of the most pivotal points in my career, because that was the fork in the road. It was there because there was an element of individuals who are related to that was from the hood and all over the place, but it was from the hood. So you navigate those cats, and immediately almost got into some crap, man, right out the bat. Hanging out with them dudes, man. We went to a club and ended up freaking staying out till 4 a.m. We got guard mount at 5, and took this young lady back, man, and it's like got rid of her 4:30, and I'm like, man, I gotta shower and then get to guard mount. And I remember looking at the watch bill once I armed up, did guard mount, and I'm like, man, hopefully I have a stand-up post because I'm working on zero sleep. Zero. And sure enough, hit the watch bill, your Farragut sit-down post. Damn. All right, I'm do everything I can, put my sunglasses on, and
to go to sleep.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna help me, man. I was like, if I do those off, at least somebody can see it. And I'm sitting there, and the only thing I hear is a knock on the window. Sir, can I help you? I open my eyes, and this young Arab lady's like, she could tell I was asleep. She's trying to show me an ID, and I'm like, I didn't even look at her. Go ahead, ma'am. You know, and I'm like, fuck. Jump, kicked my chair, and stood up for the rest of the watch. Because if that had been a post check, by a watch commander or somebody, done.
Yeah.
You know, done.
Especially
Instant, yeah, absolutely. War, man. Yeah. And that would have been instant. So I kicked that chair. I told those cats, yeah, I'm good, man. I can't y'all about that life right now, man. But I'm good, man. I'm trying to be up on the come up, and that's when I met one of my best friends to this day, Matt Clark, was the third class there. Could not be more opposite. White dude from Lynchburg, Virginia. And he was working on his qualifications, and that was like, we would challenge each other. It was competitive, but it's a friendly competitiveness. Because he heard how, man, they say you know your shit, and you this and that, and I'm like, well, I know more than you. I'm going to get this call before you. I'm like, I don't know the hell you're not. And that's the way it was. We rolled together, and that became my guy. And that became the come up. So end up becoming first an FTO, and then an assistant watch commander as a third class, and then and ultimately made second while I was out there, and becoming a full-fledged watch commander, which is crazy when you think about now. You go to Bahrain now. I just left this tour before I got here to Jeb. I was the ASECO there. Damn chiefs of watch commanders.
Wow.
I'm like, man, I was a watch commander as a third class, same class. At war, and now we got you. But this is, I'm like, this is ridiculous. So, but anyway, that was part of the come up when went to Bahrain, left there, went to Pascagoula, Mississippi, and immediately when I got there, they sent me on an IA to Vieques Island. Remember when Puerto Rico, Roosevelt did that? So this is what the ships used to do. They Com2X now. They used to do it right there off the coast of Vieques Island. Well, there were protests. The people there did not want us there. They thought that the ordinance that we were using and stuff was causing cancer to that. You remember that? Yeah. So they sent us down there because they were doing anything to get into the live impact area, tearing through the fence, throwing spikes, rocks, whatever, anything to interrupt the operations to make one of us gone. So they sent us down there to stop them, to keep them at bay. Basically, riot control is what we were doing. So I went and did that 6 months. Enjoyed Puerto Rico. Can't believe they closed it. I'm like, what? Nice, man. But I ended up leaving there, then going on another IA, this time to Iraq and the Middle East as a whole. We were doing embarked security team missions. First iteration of Mizran, Expeditionary Navy. So, which became my love. All right, so knocked out that IA, barely got time in Pascagoula. And ultimately got Sailor of the Year there, all that good stuff, man. And then transferred back to Bahrain, protect the service detail. So what's happening, May 1st while I was there, and so what's happening is you're seeing the constant IAs.
Yeah, I was looking at your
wartime. Yes. So
it was in the States.
Yes, and then I'm killing the test, so I'm making, doing my part as far as making rank from, E1 to E6 and first class. So when I put on first class, going to Bahrain and protect the service details, and now I'm playing Secret Service. That's the military version of it, guarding principles, and we're going everywhere. Pakistan, you know it. Again, that's for the record. That's what they see. boom, Middle East. This dude is doing everything has wartime environment on it, right?
You out there in the fight.
I was in the fight. I was raising my hand each time for it. So once I left there, I tell you what about circumstances, man. And I tell young sailors today, sometimes it's all about timing.
Yeah.
When I got to, just got married, met my wife, and married when I got to Bahrain. And she was pregnant with my daughter at the time, so she was back in the States. So I was honestly, BS you not, I just made first, so I was like, you know what? It's May 1st. I'm just gonna chill. Hopefully I can get an MP out of this tour, because there was 4 of the first classes that was already there, and y'all know how that go, right? So I'm like, yeah, hopefully I can get an MP out of this command. I'm just gonna enjoy this time, you know. And when I got there, as soon as I checked in, they fired all 4 of those first classes.
Timing.
I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So stuck a master chief down there, EOD master chief down there, and the first thing he said to me was, "Hey, you gonna have to instill some bearing in his office. You the new LPO. Congratulations, you will instill bearing in his office." And I'm like, "What's with the bearing?" And I seen him. It's, look, you playing Secret Service, right? So these guys wear nothing but suits. I talked to the CMC. He didn't even know those were MAs.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he had no clue that all those guys down there were MAs. He was like, "Yo, those MAs?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're all MAs." He like, "Oh hell no!" Said them dudes walk past me in the P-way. They don't say nothing. They don't just like. I thought he was all NCIS guys.
And they seem like they was Army or Marines. That's probably let you get away, but
that's kind of everybody's fault, man. That's kind of everybody's fault.
Yes.
You know, I gotta get some of that to the CMC too. Man. Like, what's wrong with you, brother?
Guys had no collaterals, no nothing. I'm like, man, okay, now I see what they talking about.
Yeah.
When they said you're gonna have to install some bearings. So one of the first things I did, I was like, hey, we're gonna do it quarters, and then we're gonna do it in uniform. Or the 9s were out. I mean, my goodness, them dudes were pissed. They hated it. For the first 4 months, they hated me and Master Chief's guts. And then my other best friends, Griff Lawson, checked in, and he had made chief in the route. So he took over as the chief of the shop. They hated us.
Right.
All right. But ultimately, they adapted. And they came around and became one of my best tours.
Okay.
We was great guys. Ended up getting the EP, and I'll never forget the CMC, loving him to death. One of my great mentors, Pete Yashenko. He was a prior MA.
Okay.
So he took a best interest in me, and he would do these boards where he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna show y'all how the board works." That taught me so much about what they look for in evals, all that good stuff. And then he would grade your package if you come as man. But what I didn't know, because he would take a tally. When he did these board briefs for the first classes, he'd take a tally every time. He wanted to take a muster just to see who was coming. Come to find out, that joker set that board that year. And I'm like,
you don't know.
You don't know.
You never know.
It's like,
you never know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, when I submitted my package, I was. The anticipation was crazy, because I'm like, man, I only got 7 years, but and he, oh man, calm down. He's like, you're young, don't worry about it. And I'm like, that's a way of you telling me I ain't gonna make it because I'm young.
Right.
And when those results were announced, I was like, beyond shocked, in a sense of like, man, I actually did it. I'm about to be a chief. That's what I wanted from day one. Yeah. All right. I get my chance now to be Chief Gamble and represent in that way. So that's how it happened. But it was really because of those IAs. Here's the bottom line.
They was big at that time.
Big, huge. Yeah. Huge.
That's for anybody that went. Any race.
Yes, any rate.
Any rate.
And part of that was because of what was happening in real time.
Yes.
Real time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those points, but hey, we all know how board works, right? Yeah. So
it makes sense.
They scout up. What are your peers doing? Everywhere I went, a lot of time, I was the only MA there. Yeah. So it's like, hey, what are your peers doing? Yeah. They were riding, and when I checked in on the Roosevelt, because I went to MPI school, military police investigator, en route to the Roosevelt. That's when I found out I made chief. So I checked in as a chief select. And there was also another MA1 checking in. I had 7 years, he had 15.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't make it. So Dave Bowman, who was our senior chief, he had a conversation with him. He had a conversation with me. And he's like, hey, guy's got 15 years and he's going to be looking at you kind of sideways. Like, how does dude, but here's the deal. You're here. You made it. Obviously, the board, you did enough. And then he later on told me, it's like, when I looked at that dude's record, he was on shore duty the whole damn time.
Yeah.
So, like, hey, man.
While you out here getting it.
Yeah. Like,
you out here getting
you eat what you kill, man. Right.
So you dreamed the admirations of being the chief. You made chief, but then you go LDO. Like, what's going on with that?
I tell y'all that because that's a crazy story, man. So I was at MAA school, and it's so crazy because I did right after the ship Mizran, right? I'm staying overseas in the Middle East, and we decom Mizran, and I called the detailer like, I'm going back to another Mizran. She's like, no, you're not. I'm worried about your sanity. All right. They're like, you need some shore duty. I'm like, I don't want no damn shore duty. Like, you need some shore duty. All right. It's like, how's A school? And everybody know, you talk. You get an opportunity to get A school, you take it. You get your MTS, all that good stuff. And I'm like, all right, cool. I go to A school. And as soon as I get there, guess what? They hit me with IA orders to Afghanistan. I'm like, well, I thought y'all were worried about my damn sanity. Wow. Here I am as an interrogator. Wow. So I go to Afghanistan, and probably one of my best IAs. You're interrogating Taliban commanders and some good shit. So I come back from A school. A new CEO had taken over when I was gone, and so when I check in with him, he said, "Hey, I looked at your record. Is there any particular reason why you don't want to go LDO?" It's like, no, because I'm about to be a senior chief. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I got my concurrent 5-0 eval. Like, I got SCA on it. I knew what I was missing. Whole 9 yards. Because just as fast as I came up, once you put on chief, it's like, because you need LCPO on your belt, but you got senior chiefs already in place. And it's like, damn, man. Okay, so now you got to pause. And I'm like, this is my time. I finally have everything I need right now. I'm about to put on senior chief. I'm going to be a master chief. And I'm going to be the first black MCPON in the Navy. That was all my goal. That's what shit I was talking. And he was like, yeah, that sounds good. From what I'm hearing, you were a great chief. And that's great. But why would you close the door on yourself? It's like, don't you want the Navy to decide if that's your path? If that's truly your path? Right. And I'm like, it's a good damn question. I never thought about it like that. And I was like, just out of curiosity, I just got back. So, what the hell would I rank out anyway? And then came to this thing. He was like, yeah, I'm not going to BS you. You're probably going to be number 3 of 3. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, likelihood I don't make it. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll put my bid in. That's what you're saying. All right, I'll put my bid in
a little bit.
Yeah. I put my bid in. So I half-ass did the package. I BS you not. I paid no attention because I didn't want it really.
Yeah. Right.
I did the board, and I'm like, my security officer at the time, he set it up, and obviously I killed the board, but I wasn't in there kissing ass. I was like, I remember one of the questions being like, okay, so why don't you want to be a chief anymore? And I'm like, the fuck.
Right. That's not
the case. That is not the case. All right, that's not why I'm doing this. It's like I've killed it in the mess. I will always love being in the chief's mess and being a chief. This is just to see where my career is going to take me at this point. Okay. All right, if it's there. All right, and they bought off on it, and it was probably the realest answer we heard because everybody had a button up answer, and it's like, oh man, I'm telling you straight up, hey, I'll put my package in, but I don't give a damn, man, because I'm not being senior chief.
Hold on. I want to be a senior chief.
I'm being a senior chief, man. So I'm good. And sure enough, submitted. And it was one of the guys I was in competition with, now retired Master Chief, Carol Williams. He caught my package before I was about to ship it off. And he was like, hey, man, hold on. You did this wrong. And he sat down with me and corrected the errors. And I was like, Carol, man, I just threw that shit together, man. And he's like, no, bro. He's like, no, man, everything you do, the guy I know, Dave I know, say, no, everything you do it right. You gonna do it to the T, bro. That ain't your standard. And I'm like, yeah, you damn right. And we sat down there and he walked with me.
That's real right there.
And he walked with me through that package, man. Although we were competing with each other, right? That's what it's about.
You need that.
Exactly.
You need that.
And I submitted it, man. And the results came out. I was number 3 of 3. And I was the only one to make it.
Wow.
And I looked at that phone. It was him that texted me. Yeah. Congratulations, Instant Cross. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wow.
And I looked at that and I'm like, God damn, I actually got to do this job now.
Yeah.
That's what hit me. It wasn't elation. It was, oh, damn.
Now I got to do it.
Now I got to do this damn job. I was meant to be here. What the fuck?
And he retired a Master Chief.
And he retired the damn Master Chief. Asshole.
I love it.
Yeah, man. Yep, he retired a Master. He still got his, and I'm like, man, it still to this day blows me away on how that occurred. Because again, I was number 3, and I was the only one to make it. And so I tell that story to these days to some of the candidates. I'm like, at the end of the day, man, your record is what's going to speak for you.
Your record.
These damn appraisals and all that crap. As long as we don't say thumbs down to you.
Right.
But when it comes down to this, man, they open that record. I mean, I still had all 10s and stuff.
Right.
CO took care of me. He wrote in there while I was number 383. And, he's like, hey, only reason because I haven't had a chance to observe him because he answered the call to go to the tip of the spear and defend his country in war. So, yeah. Interesting.
That's good.
But that's how it happened.
So, your time over there, Afghanistan, Kuwait, Iraq, hey, you experienced some of that growing up in Chicago. You've seen some of that type of stuff. So now when you really seen it overseas, and again, 9/11 hit, all of those things going on, what was like you really dealing with? You just like, okay, I'm here for the party. Let's do it. Let's get it done. Or do you have like, wow, did I sign up for this and this is where I'm at today?
No, it was the former. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's do this. This is kind of, honestly, I think you hit it on the nail. It felt like home in a sense.
Wow.
Like I talk about, I get with some of the guys that I was downrange with, and we're talking about some of the things we miss, right? But that was one of those things where you just eager, you want to execute the mission. It is very much a mentality, 100%. Especially for the particular mission that I had in Afghanistan. So yeah, you kind of more like eager and want to. Looking forward to the next. I would say definitely. I did not feel not any time like not one time ever.
Right.
Even when 9/11 hit, I did not feel like, oh damn. When that happened, my feeling was, oh hell no, I want revenge.
Yeah.
And here we are surrounded by the Arabs, and. It was that more than anything.
And what was one of the most dangerous signs that you can speak of? Because at the end of the day, it's just like 9/11 hit. We all stateside. I mean, Navy. Some of us was on ships. I still remember where I was at. I remember how it affected, watch standing and everything like that. But we over here in the States, quote unquote, safe. Like you're closer to the enemy.
That was so particularly during that time. There was a lot of uprisings out in town, right? So that was the part where you were like, okay, if something go down because we're defending the base, that's our job. So believe it or not, going to Delta actually helps you a lot because there's only essential personnel that's out allowed on the base. So you're not dealing with the public itself. It's actually people you've screened and So getting them on the base was actually pretty easy, but it was really the uproars out in town. So it got to a point to where we had to do escorts out in town for people just going out in town because I don't know if I've been in the Middle East before, but I'm telling you right now, if you have an accident out in town, like anytime somebody had an accident, we had to go to the scene. Okay. Because one of the things that happened, they love to crowd up. And they speaking in Arab and they're yelling and screaming, and it's now becoming.
And that's not normal. For Americans.
No. But you have see an accident on the road, and it's just the people involved, right? It's just involved, and everybody's. It's just ain't bad.
You get mad over there.
They see that an American is involved, and all of a sudden there's a crowd of people around just gathering, and constantly that crowd just get bigger and bigger. So you have to, especially during that time, it was contentious as it can get. So we would have to go out there and surround them and get that American out of there as fast as possible. And it was any American. It didn't have to be really affiliated with the base. You got some embassy people out there, all 9 yards. So we had the DOT school. The school for the people when they had dependents, but dependents were sent back. So, but you still had instructors and stuff that was there. So we basically became a huge protection mission because it was so volatile at the time. So that was what I remember directly about that, and we were happy to do it because I'm like, ain't nobody gonna mess with one of mine, and I was, kind of like. Man, if y'all want to kick this off right now, I will air out as many of y'all. I said Chicago mentality coming back in. Like, you just want to, kind of anxious in a sense.
Gotcha.
All right.
So speaking of a moment, you know what I'm saying, a defining moment, I think this kind of like the perfect time to ask another question, that we kind of cover too, legendary moments. Right, you just spoke on 9/11, significant moment. Everyone kind of remembers where we was at. But what about your legendary moment that you had in your career where this thing is stop being a job, stop being the old just 9 to 5, where it became like my purpose. This is about my legacy. This is about something bigger than myself.
That'll definitely be again on that same setting. When I became an FTO field training officer out there, I was selected to become, and it's because of how I got there. There was a second class that was in our sections. I was still a third class at the time, and again, like I was telling y'all before, I was at that fork in the road. Right. I'm gonna follow these guys, or I'm gonna take this path. Right? That guy, when he seen me going down that path, he snatched me up and was like, nah, bro, you got way too much potential to be hanging out with these fools. All right. He's like, they're clowns. They're going to be out of the Navy. It's no doubt. Within the next year, guarantee it. You ain't, that's not you. Right. You meant for something bigger. And then again, it's another guy I looked up to. Again, looked the part, was the part, talked the part, squared away, brother. And wasn't an MA. He was EM2 Cummins, man. Now Warren Officer Cummins.
That's back to your roots, man.
Back to your engineering roots. Yeah. That's why I want to come in as, right? So that's a guy, man. And he snatched me up, and he's like, hey, man, no, this ain't it. So he took me under his wing, and at that time, you barely seen any of the first classes, but some of the first classes that was the actual LPOs of the sections, basically. Only thing they saw of me when I was complaining all the time, hanging around with those other guys. So FTO Academy had came up, and they wanted, these guys to, hey, push who you want, like select who your FTO candidate is going to be. And that's normally saying, hey, you're the best of the best in the section. They want to make you an FTO. So he was the one that came from, because I wasn't selected at first. That they didn't, in the first class pick, they didn't pick me. They knew I was a malcontent. Cocky dude talking, and it was him that stood up and was like, "Oh hell no, Cross is gonna be an FTO." It's like that dude is by far knows as much shit and most qualified out of anybody. He's the guy. He's gonna be an FTO, and he was respected so much. They were like, okay, and he put me on the list, and then again, that's that moment where I'm like, man, here it is, another dude stepping up, doing something for me. I got to represent. I gotta make sure that I represent and show that he was right. I can't prove these guys wrong. I got to prove him right. And sure enough, when I became an FTO, man, it just took off because I immediately became an assistant watch commander. Now, how I became a actual watch commander from assistant, I didn't want it that way because the dude who I took over for was a good brother, man, a good brother, just going through a hard time, dealing with everything that was challenging for him. And then his wife was actually in as well. Okay. And she was messing around on him, man. So he was really, really going through it and ended up getting a DUI. Oh, so, wow. Yeah. So, and that's how I elevated up into his position. And I hate that shit, man. I want to earn it. I don't want it, man. But because he was, when I tell you a good brother, man, that was a good brother. And so we all hated to see that happen to him. But that's how I ended up being a watch commander. But it started from that point, that fork in the road. It started from, and I say that because that was the last time I dabbled with the other side. And from that point on, I went full extreme leadership. Okay, I'm gonna carry myself as that. And here it is, 3 years in the Navy, second class, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm talking about where I wouldn't even go out with my troops. Oh wow! Like we going to club. Are you locked in? Yeah, I'm locked in. So that's when it really legacy moment changed for me. That propelled me into leadership at such a young age and early time in the career. And
now, 20-something years later, another moment that you had that I want to speak to is, just last year, being honored as the military servant, award. Speak to that for those who might not know what that is, chapter, association, or whatever here in the Hampton Roads area. Yes. Yeah,
that's. I honestly, I knew nothing about that when I found that out. It's actually something my wife knows some of the people who are part of the committee, and they do a lot with my daughter. My daughter does a lot of activity with singing and theater and things like that. So that's how we even found out about the association. But what they do is they like to promote an award. So it started with, it was just women that they honor the black women and then let's uplift and Black Girl Magic, all that stuff. Okay, they were honoring all those things, but then they were like, oh wait a minute, we got to do something for the men as well. There's some good men out here, black men that don't. Let's be real, right? We don't like adulation. We don't really want that. Like it's all about accolades and putting your people first, man. Yeah, we don't do that. As men, we're providers. By nature, God has made us providers, and so that's what we like to see. We don't do any really thing for ourselves to put ourselves in the back. So they came up with that to do that for men because they know we won't do it otherwise, right? Yeah. So when I still don't know how the hell I was put in for it, I was thinking some of my troops, whatever, and but it was right after I was selected for lieutenant commander, and put it on. I found out that I was put in and won that, and it was all about just. What I do in the community, but for more what I do for others as far as actually on the job. That's why I think like, oh man, my troops had to play a role in this because they know damn well there's no way out of it. I don't barely even put myself in for awards anymore, anything like that, man. It's like now they're like, hey, where's your end of tour? Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. I don't care. Yeah. All right, but because it's all about them, all about their development. Yeah. So when I found out I won, though, I was back home in Chicago actually visiting my family, and my uncle, when I told y'all about it, it was out of his house. He set it up so perfectly that it broke me down. So I hadn't told Patrice and them, the organizers of this, because they were like, "Oh, that was so touching, you broke down." I'm like, "Hey, it's more to that because." My uncle set it up so perfectly because he got his doctorate and became a principal. Man, that dude get accolade. He got a damn street name that dude. You know, he really doing it right. Somebody. So he brings us in like, hey, this out of everything I've achieved, this is probably my greatest achievement. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Something else for you.
Another award for Gunny. Go ahead. So we're sitting back and we're watching the video. And it's going over the award winners and the categories and it's military and as soon as I seen military in the moment and then my picture comes across and I'm like, what the? This is about me now. Nice. Like, man, that broke me down. So
that was nice.
Yeah, that was nice. The way he set that up, prick. So it's fun. But it is a beautiful thing. They had a big ceremony in Suffolk, actually, the Hilton in Suffolk. On the waterfront side, I think. It was a lovely event. Beautiful. I had, full with my blues to it.
Okay.
My wife, kids there. It was. I gotta say, they really do it up for that. The pictures. It is something beautiful. And there's a category for even what you guys doing now, man. Then you gotta get the word out there, brother. You'll need to get recognized for that. This is a great thing. It's a great thing.
Thank you. Right. But again, congratulations on that. Award that you received last year. From the community.
The community, absolutely. It's the community, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Because you don't know, you might be following the same footsteps as your uncle. You might be a principal of somebody's school.
The road coming that street block.
You might get the name on the street too. You never know. This is the start. David Cross. David Cross. So you never know. You never know, man. But the stuff that you experienced and been throughout your 26 years, David career?
Yeah, 26. Yeah.
You've seen a lot. You dealt with a lot. Do you regret not coming in?
Not coming in?
Or you regret joining the military?
Oh, hell no. No. No, by far the best decision I could have made for myself at the time.
There you go.
100%. I encourage to this day. I try to get my sons, to go in whole 9 yards. But I encourage any young man, especially from where I'm from, man, do your 4 years. I said this to my oldest son. Do your 4 years, man. You don't like it, roll out.
There you go.
Yeah. And I share this with you. My first time as an ensign, right? I just checked into the man, Diego Garcia, sent me back overseas. Go figure. And I'm doing a checkout. And this young man, I'm like, okay, well, let me look at his training record. Look at this record before I check this guy out because he's getting out of the Navy. And I'm all right. And I don't like to do a checkout. I was like, oh, yeah, appreciate your time. Roll out, So I want to talk to you about your time, whole 9 yards. And I was curious why he was getting out. And I looked at his record, and it was bare minimum. He did what he was supposed to do.
Right.
Didn't go above and beyond at all. And I'm like, I talked to the chiefs, and I'm like, was he a malcontent? Well, like, no. Okay. Just your standard P-type sailor, honestly. Came to work, did his job. That's it. So I sit him down. I just asked him, like, hey, just, going through your record, I noticed you didn't really try to step up. He's second class. You ain't that. I was just curious as to why you didn't want to try. Why you getting out and why you didn't try to step it up? Did you get in some trouble at some point or whatever? And he's like, no. He's like, no, sir. He said, I had a plan when I came in. He said, I wanted to come in, get a car, have it paid for, get my bachelor's degree while I was in, and save up some money and use my post 9/11 to pay for my helo pilot school. So I have zero debt when I'm on the campus.
There you go.
And I'm like, you did all that?
Ain't nothing you can say to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I stood up and I'm like, I got to shake your hand, bro.
Yeah.
I have to shake your hand.
Bonafide plan.
Yes,
Had a plan in place.
100%.
Man, I got chills. I wish so many
It's rare that you hear stories like that.
Rare.
Yeah.
Very rare.
It's
And
rare
I'm
that you
like,
hear stories like
man, this, man.
I love it.
And I said, hey, man, congratulations to you.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time.
Right.
Go kill it.
Yeah.
Go kill it, killer.
Yeah.
You got it. But that always stuck with me. And I'm like, man, yeah, that is the mentality of some of these guys coming in today.
Right. I think,
and he's about to be walking around that campus. Debt free.
Debt free.
Vehicle, money in his pocket, whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Debt free. All you gotta do is go to school.
That's all he gotta do.
And that's why I love it, because it's just like, I can say maybe twice in my career I've met a sailor like that, you know, and you know, I'm pro-military until you show me that you have a plan,
Right.
And see, and that's the thing. It's just like the military is like the perfect place to go when you don't have a plan to kind of get your plan together.
Get your plan together. 100%.
This is the perfect place. You know, you come to work, do what you got to do, and hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Take some classes, figure it out. I want to take some classes, figure that out.
Figure it out.
But and they think like you just want us to stick around. No, you don't got a plan, stick around. But if you got a plan and you executing your plan, and your plan only calls for you to do 4 years, 5 years, work your plan and go finish working the rest of your plan. You know, I love those stories.
You don't look right. You 22, 23. Hey, mom, I'm coming back home.
Yeah, I'm coming back home. Going to mom's basement because we heard those, right? You say let's check out with you. Like, hey, what's your plan afterwards? Oh, I'm going back home.
I'm going back home.
Work with my dad.
Yeah, I'm a parent. I don't want you back here.
No.
I'm used to life without you.
No, come back home, bro. I'm good.
You know?
No go with that.
So I got one. Okay, go ahead.
For you, right? I mean, granted, you've accomplished so much in this military. What kept you around? You know.
So I had a 4-year plan originally, right? I don't want to get the hell out. I'm like, no, man, I'm trying to go back home, man.
Yeah.
You know, because you as y'all know, man, you get homesick right off the bat. You know?
Absolutely.
So I was driving to Chicago 16 hours every we had tropical hours, 3-day weekends every weekend, and man, that shit wore on you. But yeah, that was the plan, 4-year plan, until when I became an MA, went downrange, went to Bahrain, and I was so good at it.
Yeah.
Right, every bit of it, shooting. Obviously, the physical, the takedowns, learning the hand-to-hand combat.
I think you like putting your hands on
Yeah,
people.
oh yeah, that's me. I grew up that way.
You seen that? You growing up, you seen that?
Aggressive that way. Everything, you know. We came up watching
paying me to do
wrestling. And my brother used to have the mattress on the floor, man, and we jumping off the top ropes, and then man, that was us, man. My whole freaking career, man. My whole adolescence was all about scrapping.
Man, what was your wrestling name? I know you had a wrestling name, man.
Yeah. You know you did.
Oh man, it was several, man. That came out there. But you always had your favorites, man. And I never forget, man, growing up, Mr. T was one of my idols, man. I loved him in Rocky 3, Clubber Lane.
Yeah.
That was my guy.
Yeah.
Mean, this is
right.
to this day. That was
And
my
it's
guy.
great. We never seen Mr. T really put his hands on anyone.
Yeah.
It's just the image.
The image.
The image of the kid.
Because you pity the fool.
Right, you pity the fool. Like, he just
pity the
punked you.
fool.
Just that scowl,
But
man.
it's
Like right off the bat, man. I
I'm thinking like, have I seen Mr. T put his hands on
Never seen him
somebody?
put his hands on nobody. I mean, he was in WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
But literally, we never seen him put hands on nobody.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
That's tough as hell.
All over the place.
So, but yeah, what was that?
Why you stayed there?
Oh, okay,
You had your 4-year
so
plan, you know.
after that, I was so good at it. And then when I got that first taste, again, FTO, of leadership, and now I'm starting to be awarded. When I was in engineering space, then about take me to mass for putting hands on people and taking them down, right? And now I'm being awarded for this. It's being, and then where we were going, becoming fully anti-terrorism. Yeah. It's like, oh man, this thing is gonna take off, and I'm pretty damn good. I was good at leading and leading people, and training people. It became a love, man. And at that point, I'm like, well, I'm on a high right now. I'm knocking it out the park. So when that first re-enlistment came around, And the $45,000 bonus didn't, obviously help too. That helped too. But yeah.
You probably was tax free zone.
Yeah, I was tax free zone. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, man.
They paid me big money to put my hands on it.
Now I ain't like to put my hands on people.
Yes, that happened. So I'm loving what I do, and you about to pay me this money for it? Yeah, I'll take that. So raise that hand that time, May 1st. And then made chief, and it's like I'm a chief now. 7 years in, I'm like, I ain't going nowhere. I'll just see this through, you know. So that's what it did for me. That was engineering 4-year plan. I couldn't wait to get out. But that's what I mean, opportunity. You know, that's why I promote that, man. I see MAs now. I got 3 guys right now that we're about to help cross rate. Because it ain't for them.
Yeah, and so, the Navy becomes a much better place when
you're doing something you love to do, man.
When you want to stay in. More important, you want to stay in.
You want to stay in.
But I'm going to say you somewhere that you're going to be
successful.
This ain't for you, shit, mate. Okay, let's find what's best for you then. Yeah, absolutely.
But you're not saying you want to go home.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You want to stay in.
But
I say with the Navy, man, it's something for everybody. If you can take a cat like me who's more of a grunt than I am an airman, and I can find a place and find success in this thing, man, it's something for everybody, man. So I really, anytime I get those indicators from troops, and my senior chief who handles the manpower, he's the same way, he knew it. He's like, hey, sorry, I think this individual might want to cross away. And I'm like, let's do that, man. Just do your thing. Let's get on the phone to ECM. Let's make it happen for him. Because that's what definitely would save my career, and one of the reasons why I went where I'm at today, 100%. I trust me. I would not have been no EN nothing. It is, man. Trust that, man. Damn sure wouldn't be at this level.
I'm gonna wrap it up with this. What is something that you would, with some type of advice that you could give to a sailor that's getting off that bus in boot camp? Because you done been through some things, seen some things. From day had a 4-year plan, day one. What is something that you can be able to tell that one that's getting off the bus today? To stop him so his nose ain't in the wall.
Oh man. You know what? That's actually not too hard. So I used to say it to guys while I was in boot camp. There's a lot of dudes that was talking about quitting and going AWOL and all that crap. And I used to tell him, man, hey, brother, it's 2 months. 2 months for an opportunity to go out on your own terms, man. Do it. Do your contract. If you don't like this game, then fine. You are still going to be light years ahead of the average of the 22-year-old when that's around the streets that don't have this. You take your benefits. You take your trade that you learn, y'all. In ABs, y'all got to trade. You know what I mean? Like you take that out with you, and take advantage. But again, if you want to walk on a college campus, you still like years ahead of the other person. But if you get in and you just happen to like it, you happen to find your niche, then make the most. But that's the bottom line: make the most out of every opportunity. There you go. You got here. You're here now. You don't quit on anything you do. Finish that march, man. Finish your contract. Honor that. That should be what you aspire to be as a man. I say this now, man. I tell my troops, you gonna respect the rank because you have to, right? But that's not what's for me. I want you to respect the man. I want, when I stand up in front of you and I stand up in front of this guard mount, I want those guys to feel like, I will follow that dude's lead because I know he's gonna lead me to success. All right, whether it's in combat or whether it's just standing the gate. That guy, he's on top of it, and I want to run through a wall for him. The man, okay, don't have to put on the damn uniform to know that and let your leadership exude. But that's because I come through on my commitments. That's it. You committed to 4 years, do it. Do it. Too easy, man. So, but take your time, be patient, do your thing. All right, follow suit. Absolutely.
All right. Well, again, I'd like to thank you for coming through, speaking with us, chatting with us today. Unbelievable story. again, congratulations on all the accolades and everything. I can see your passion. I feel your passion. But you got about like 4 more years left in you?
At least, yeah. I'm definitely gonna get my 30 and snatch up my 75%.
There you go. You know, a lot of people ain't doing 30 these times. You know?
I don't know.
You know, they think the grass is greener, but hey, you know, just knock it out. Legendary 30. You know what I mean? That's what's going on. But again, thank you. I appreciate you. Keep mentoring. Keep guiding. Keep leading your sailors. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Hey, appreciate you guys, man. I love what you're doing and feel good, man. Send the Mons domestic in. I love it. The gold to whole nine yards, man. Brings back. It feels like home. Anytime we get to have these conversations. Appreciate you, brothers, man, and I come back anytime.
All right. What ship you going to next?
The Bush.
The Bush.
Yeah,
hey, CBN 77. Y'all got a good one coming. Make sure y'all connect with this man. He has a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of leadership. Please reach out to him when you see him on the ship. You know, just don't walk by him. Be one of them old back in the day sailors, or them guys they had overseas. But thanks, man, for coming on, man. Hopefully we get you to come back on when you put that silver oak leaf on for sure. And hopefully maybe that bird. Who knows? You know, you got to push. You got to push for the max. So
absolutely.
Again, man, thanks for coming through. Thanks for showing love to Addy's podcast. Addy's out.
Addy's.